So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Moulik, you're watching Moulik and welcome back to a completely new series. First of all, I forgot that you're not watching Moulik, you're watching PixelMen. So let me introduce you to the series and we'll come to a video in a second. Before that, let me tell you what's going on with this series. This new series is gonna be called Learn Engineering, and we're talking about the technical phase of Minecraft. This stuff here, redstone is gonna be all about redstone, all kinds of redstone contraptions and stuff. That's gonna be it. Farm clone series, and do explain the farms, but it is more of a block by block kind of see. It would be explaining the stuff mainly. Okay, today's videos will be focusing on so those guys unloading and loading systems of minecart with hoppers. So if you don't know, Minecart hopper loading and unloading system quite a common thing used. That's why you came here, because you know about that, okay? Which is used so that the Minecart hopper picks all the items before it goes on, or it deposits all of the items before it goes on. And there are a couple of designs I'm gonna show you today, and very interesting ones. We'll be focusing on a total of 3 designs. We move from the simplest to the complicated one. That's it. A loading one, an unloading one, and another loading one, a bit more complicated one. And here are timestamps on the screen. If you want to go there, check the description of the comment section out and click there, or go to session manually for your kind of design. The main stuff, the loading system, we're gonna start by placing down a power drill. First I'll go with the block by block tutorial for this one, then I'll tell you how this works. We're gonna add a hopper, then we're gonna add this, then we're gonna add a chest. It's completely optional, you can let it stay the full hopper. Okay, then we're gonna take a comparator output out of that. There's the classic one. Let me grab some polished andesite quick. Okay, so we're gonna place down one block like so, then take a comparator output like so, place down a comparator just quick, then place down a block, a torch, a redstone dust, and a repeater. Now what this does, I'll tell you in a second. We'll make the alone system after that. So first make this stuff. When this is done, go as far as you'd like to do. I like to go just this many blocks till the power will last. Okay, then you're gonna place one rail and power rail. Place one rail before the end power rail. Okay, now let's add the hopper and the chest quick. Here we add our hopper, then we add our hopper like so. Okay, then the power rail. Now add a comparator going into a block, a redstone torch on top, a block on top of this comparator, another block, a redstone dust. Now let me show you how they work, they even work or not. Okay, and now if I add some items with hopper, you're gonna start by adding the chest though. Okay, now you're seeing these items are getting unloaded. Let's make a bit faster. When they are loaded, they came back. Now the unloading process is started. Let's make this faster so we don't waste any time at all. Okay, that's how they work. This shows that they function. They are the worst ones. I don't like the first design. Second design is super, but the first design is really bad. This one here, and let me tell you the reason quick why. Okay, before after that I'll show you the second one. So this, for example, you are making a super smelter. There are furnaces below this. What you're expecting is this hopper to give a comparator output and not start until this comparator output is out, which means let me tell you a bit about what are comparators. So I'll make a special video on the materials. Maybe the next video can be that. Okay, so before that, let's talk about the comparator. Quick talk. What this does is it compares restful signals. We not about that. We're gonna talk about what it's doing with the hopper. With the hopper, what it's doing is it's measuring the contents of the hopper. Okay, so whenever there are any contents, this redstone torch will be logged. If you don't know, when redstone torches the block on which they are lying on the seized power, they turn off, which in theory will make the power will turn off, and chest and hopper they already know what they do. So the minecart with hopper picks up the item. Now the problem comes when You want a full double chest of items, but the minecart with hopper only has a capacity to get 5 stacks. What will you do then? Now, the next design will be based on that, but before that, let's explain this one too. With the unloading one, we have a hopper and a comparator, and the same thing, just the hopper is below instead of above. Now, let's talk about the super duper complicated one, but it's gonna be the best design and the complicated design. We're gonna add one powered rail like so, a temporary block like so, and remove that. One detector rail. I might just do this. Okay, it should look at something like this. Now we're gonna add a fence gate, or you can add a piston there, or something like a sticky piston and a block. A fence gate feels like the most comfortable idea. Then we're gonna add one comparator output coming out of this. Then we're gonna just add any kind of redstone source you want. For example, a redstone block. We're gonna add anywhere, not anywhere, we're gonna add somewhere here. So add the redstone block and a redstone going inside of it. Now we also power the powered rail, so this needs to be a rail again, and it's preferred if you use 2 rails, but 1 will do, so I'll do 1. And let's go to the back and make the classic unloading system that you usually do. Add this. You remember the same steps that we did before for the unloading one, just like so. Then we add a comparator, a redstone torch, or a polished andesite block, or any block you're using, then a redstone here. Next up, a powered rail. So loading and system both are not complete yet. Okay, so for the unloading one, we're gonna add a detector rail, yeah, powered rail. Okay, just make sure that the position is like that. Okay, next up, add a hopper here, just like so, and an output just like so. Now let me show you that is the system OP or not. I'll show you in a sec. So first let's do this. Wait, I was not expecting this to happen actually. I forgot that it actually can't be a fence gate. It'll need to be a piston or sticky piston with a block. Okay, because it's actually powering, so it needs to be piston or sticky piston with a block. So what we're doing here is, like, I'll tell you in a second, but before that we need to do is a block in the front with a redstone on top, like just like this. Now let me tell you if it's working or not. So we do this. I forgot that there needs to be a redstone dust, man. I am doing the mistakes again and again. Sorry for that actually. I'm really apologizing for that. We're gonna place a block here. What am I doing, man? Then a redstone dust on top. 2 blocks like so. Then 1, 2, and a block in the front, just like so. Which in theory, I hope that it doesn't lock the hopper. It actually locks. So let's do this. Or let's add, yeah, you need a target block, so just add a target block. Okay, so guys, for the next one, what I've done is a powered rail, a detector rail, one comparator coming out of it, a block, a redstone dust, and the block bang is redstone torch, a redstone dust on this block, then 2 redstone and a target block like so. Okay, the target block is completely unessential. You can do is this, but target box looks cool, right? So doesn't matter. So now it's completely locked. Now if I run the Minecraft hopper from here, you can see the detector rail is giving outputs. Detector rail is giving an output. Now if I try to add this, it's doing nothing. It's not giving the comparator output. So let me show you what's happening. I know you're confused. If you add detector rails, minecart with hoppers, and comparators coming out of them, just like so, you can measure the contents of the minecart with hopper itself, but it needs to be detector rail. In this case, it's half lying on both of the power and detector rail. So what it's doing in theory is really strange thing actually. What it's doing is, we did this stuff here, a redstone block and a redstone, or any kind of power source. It needs to give a power strength of 15. Now how this works is whenever there are 5 stacks of items inside of a minecart with hopper, it gives a redstone output that's strength 15. Okay, now this goes into comparator. Comparator, as this name suggests, compares redstone signal. So if you do this and you add 15, it will only take a redstone signal that is 15, which is the really complicated thing and really hard for beginners. So I'll make a separate video on the materials, but a separate video on comparator is definitely needed. So I think a single material could also be good if we do that. So the detector and power trail would help is bounce back, and just after that let me show you. Once this gets full, it does this really simple system. Actually not simple to make, but complicated to understand for beginners. Okay, that's the kind of system. Those are all of the loading unknown systems. I can tell you they're the best ones. At least those are the ones. The unload system is the perfect one. Anyways, this works the best because the Minecart hopper can stay with only 5 stacks. On the other hand, with the loading one, if the Minecart hopper has 5 stacks of item inside of it, and the hopper also has 5 stacks, the Minecart hopper will never move because it doesn't have enough storage to get the full double chest. You need to use a minecart with chest. But if you want to use a minecart with hopper, you need to make this system here if you want huge items. For example, if you're just using a hopper for storage, that's fine, you can do that system here there. But this system is completely unnecessary normally, but this is necessary. I mean this is also unnecessary at a point because it is unnecessary. It's completely pointless if you want a double chest of storage inside of a minecart with hopper. I hope you understand all of the stuff. If you didn't understand, go comment down. I'll explain you which mechanic you didn't understand. Goodbye.